Hey, thanks for taking a minute to check out my website and for clicking on this video, and congratulations on your decision to learn more about solar. My name is James Jernigan, your local Virginia solar expert, and solar has changed my life. That's why I took a few minutes to put together this video, because I made it my mission to change as many other lives as possible with solar energy, power from the sun. So I know a thing or two about solar because I've been using solar for the past 3 years. My wife and I built an RV out of this old school bus, built a solar system, put it on it, and traveled around the country thanks to the power of solar energy. So as soon as I started using this product, it cut a large bill out of my life, my power bill, and gave me the freedom to do what I want to do. Now, obviously, putting solar on your house isn't going to let you travel around the country, but that's not the point, and this is not about me. I just wanted to give you a little background so you know who's knocking on your door and who you're dealing with. I'm a local Virginia resident, and with that said, I want to talk to you about Virginia energy prices. So, in 2022, electricity prices surged 14.3%, and that was just a couple years ago. Fast forward to today, and the rumor is electricity bills could increase up to 70% in the next 5 years to meet the demands of all the data centers. Obviously, with the rise of AI, and here in Virginia being close to the DC, we have all the defense contractors. These people use a ton of electricity, and because of that, the cost of electricity is expected to increase between 20 and 70% by the end of the decade. Now, you know what that's going to do to your power bill, but what a lot of people don't realize is exactly what's included in their power bill. So that's what I want to kind of break down for you here so you can better understand what you're paying for and what options you have. So if we take a look at this bill from Dominion.Energy, we could see the total amount due is $202.61. But there's a ton of numbers on this page, and making sense of them is not easy. And if you ask me, I think it's designed that way on purpose, but that's what I'm here for, to kind of break this down for you. So you can see here that the total kilowatt usage was 652. I'll explain why that's important in a minute, but if we look at this, we could see a whole list of other fees here. Here we have the distribution service, we have the electricity supply service, which includes generation, transmission, and fuel. So $15, $31, $8, and $23, all just to create the electricity and get it to you. Now, when you buy a pair of shoes on Amazon for $100, would you pay an extra $100 just for them to make the shoes and then another $100 for them to deliver the shoes? Right? It doesn't make any sense, but that's what these energy companies do, and we'll get to why they do that in just a minute. I just want to help break down this bill for you. So then we could see other fees down here for renewable energy projects and green power and that kind of stuff. But it all adds up to $202. So a quick calculation, if we do 202 divided by 652, and again that 652 is this total kilowatt hours here used, then we can find out the actual cost of your electricity. So according to that bill, this electricity is 30 cents a kilowatt. So if we take a quick look on Google, the average price per kilowatt in the United States is 17 cents. So here in Virginia, people are paying almost double the national average. So why is that? Why are the power companies able to get away with this? Well, the fancy term that they like to use is vertical integration. They're vertically integrated, which means they control the whole process from start to finish. Another popular term for that is monopolies, right? They're the only ones that sell electricity, so it makes it really easy for them to jack up the prices. And of course, they're building these data centers, and so many people are getting electric cars. The demand for electricity is only increasing, and so obviously the price is going up as well. Now the scary thing is that Virginia has mandated that we move to 100% clean power by 2045. Now, by 2045, that means that all of the electricity has to be generated in a clean way, not using fossil fuels. So obviously the system is going to need updating. And who do you think is going to pay for that? Well, obviously the consumer. Another way to think about this is the grid is old. It's over 100 years old. It's literally just a bunch of wires held up by wooden poles, sticks and wires. Now, if you think about your car versus a car 100 years ago, you compare the Model T to a Tesla, it's a night and day difference. And the same is true of phones. If you think of a landline back in the day, just 20 or 30 years ago, versus the smartphone you have now. So why hasn't our grid been updated? That's a good question, and that's why the government is stepping in and making these mandates. But again, um, like we said, just a few years ago, electricity prices surged by 14%. They're saying they could surge by 25 to 70%. So if we take a look at this calculator here and we do just a modest estimate of 3%, say there's an estimated annual increase of 3%, and we click calculate, you can see here that over the next 25 years, electricity is going to cost you $46,246. And in that time, the cost of your power bill is going to more than double. So that's kind of the reason people are looking into renewable energy, looking into solar power and alternative energy sources, because they realize it can save them a lot of money. But what a lot of people don't know is this new program that's available to people in Virginia, where you don't even have to buy a solar system. In fact, you don't have to take any money out of your pocket. You can simply do a bill swap and swap your bill from paying your current utility company, maybe Dominion or whichever, and simply swap that for a solar bill. Now, how does that work? I'll explain it. It's very simple, and this diagram will help. We can come put solar panels on your roof at no cost to you. We'll come put our system on your house. And we cover the cost of the system, we cover the cost of the installation. Obviously, that work is warranted, so nothing's going to happen to your roof. And then what happens is you just buy the electricity that your solar panels generate directly from us. So the sun comes down, it hits the solar panels, the electricity that are created by the panels goes into an inverter, and then it either gets sent to your house if your lights are on, if your fridge is running, right? If you're using electricity, the panels are going to generate electricity and power your house. Now, the cool thing is when you're not using the electricity, obviously the panels are still going to be generating electricity anytime the sun is out. So what happens then is when they're generating more electricity than you're using, that electricity gets sent back into the grid and you earn credits for it. So they've updated, almost everyone has these new smart meters, and what most people don't know about these smart meters is they spin both ways. So ordinarily your meter spins as you use power, and then at the end of the month you pay for it. But with these new meters, all you have to do is put some solar panels on your roof, and suddenly you can send power back into the grid, spinning that meter backwards and building up credits, so that when the sun goes down and it's nighttime and you do need to pull power from the grid, well, you don't have to pay for it because you've built up credits with the power that your solar panels are generating. And again, it costs you nothing to have these panels installed and to get this system set up. So literally all that happens is you pay less for power every month just by having solar panels on your roof. Now, you're probably thinking, why doesn't everyone do this? How come every house on my block doesn't have solar panels? And the truth is, it's really hard to qualify for it. There are a ton of different things that could prevent you from going solar. Anything from the way your house is facing, your house could be facing the wrong way, to the utility company. Maybe the grid just can't handle it. The grid can only handle about 30% of people going solar. So once 30% of the houses in your neighborhood have gone solar, there's a good chance that the power company is simply going to say, no, our equipment can't handle it. We can't let anyone else go solar. So the main reason is people just don't know about this yet, and the first people to take action on this are going to save a tremendous amount of money. So with that said, if you're interested in seeing if you qualify and if this is something that can save you money, there's a button below this video where you can upload your power bill. And again, if you qualify, we can schedule an appointment to go into the details and see exactly how much money you can save. And what we do, once you send me your power bill, and by the way, I'm the only one that sees it, I don't send it to anybody, nobody else sees your information, aside from me and whoever might install your kit. is we put it into our system and we can see exactly how many panels will fit on your roof. We create a design that shows you exactly what it looks like. It calculates the power consumption so we can look and see exactly how much of your power we can offset. In this simple example you're looking at here, you can see that we've offset 73% of the electricity. So we can create one of these for your house and show you exactly how much money you can save and all of that. All we need is your power bill, and again, you can upload that at the link below. So who are we? I never mentioned who are we. Again, my name is James Jernigan, but I'm working with Boundless, and we are one of the #1 suppliers of solar electricity. And in fact, we're partnered with our installer Freedom Forever, who is the #1 installer of solar panels in the US. So real quick, I just want to tell you about why I chose this company to work with, and that's because of the people here. Riley Traveler is our CEO, and there's an article here about him, but basically his vision was to improve corporate culture. He saw the way other solar companies were operating, and he just didn't feel great about it, so he started his own to make solar not only better for the employees but for the customer as well. And I just kind of want to jump to the bottom of this article and let you know that every single solar system that we install here at Boundless, we make a donation to an organization called Give Power. You can see that here. And what Give Power does is provide electricity and clean drinking water to places of the world that don't have it or can't afford it. And so for every solar system that we install, the company donates enough money to generate power and clean water for one person for the next 20 years. So for every solar system that we install here in the United States, we create a solar system and clean water for one person in a part of the world that is less fortunate. So that's really powerful to me. That's the type of company I wanted to work for. And so it allows me to not only change lives here in my local community by helping people save money on their power bill, but it helps me do something for another part of the world as well. And I can feel really good about that. So a few other things you should know about our company here at Boundless is that we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Of course, that's the first thing when I knock on people's door. They want to know, hey, what company are you with? What kind of ratings do you have? We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and on top of that, we have a 5-star rating on Google Maps. It's not every day you see that, especially from a solar company, so that should give you some idea of who we are and what we do. And again, there's just the website for Give Power if you want to learn more about that. So ultimately, our goal here is to save as much money as possible for as many people as possible while making the planet a cleaner place to live and helping those less fortunate than ourselves. So if that resonates with you, go ahead and click the link down below this video. Send us your power bill and we can get started on one of these designs for you and go from there. So again, thanks for clicking on this video. It was great to talk to you, and I can't wait to see how much money you can save with solar.